thank you so much for doing this interview with me. And as much as this is a happy celebration, it's still a sad note. Vaughan Road Academy, as I'd known as Vaughan Road Collegiate back in my day, is going to be closing after what, 91 years?
Yes, it's sad to say it's 91 years of academic excellence, and we're quite saddened by the fact that the school is closing as of June 30th.
You know, a lot of us were really surprised about this, so I got to ask, what happened? Why is a school that has been in this area and done so much closing?
Schools go through different phases over the years, and what we're facing throughout Ontario is a situation of declining enrolment. So a number of factors came together in this area, and we reached a point where we were no longer able to deliver the rich variety of program that we needed to in order for our students to be successful.
How do the students feel about it?
Well, as Norma said, it is a sad time in some respects, and they feel that. They know they're going to miss their friends. They've started high school and had all kinds of really positive experiences that they associate with Vaughan. And of course, in a small school like this, you really get to know your teachers, so they know they're going to miss that. At the same time, once we had this decision, we really used it as an opportunity to celebrate the very rich history of the school and to enjoy the school community over the course of this year.
I want to know more about what the celebrations are going on too, especially because as we're speaking, it's prom night tonight, correct?
It is prom night tonight in the rain.
Oh wow, that's the way to do it. Can you give me a little bit of history of Vaughan Road about when everything came together? Because there's so many different things. I mean, I've even heard rumors of bomb shelters in this place, like so many crazy things.
Whoa, I don't know about that, but I can tell nothing the students did. So in terms of the history, the school started off in 1926. It started off in a small little school. They had temporary housing conditions in Rawlinson Public School. They eventually moved them into portables at that school, and the original school was built in 1927. And from then on, the school began to grow. They started adding on additions to the structure. And so what you have right now are three wings that form a triangle.
That explains it.
Yes. So there is every so often they felt that there was greater demand in the area for a school of this nature, and so the actual school at one time could accommodate 1,600 students. And
it did. I was one of those students.
And it was a pretty dynamic and robust and exciting time to be at the school. There was a lot of activities, and friendships were made and formed, and lots of extracurricular activities. They had the football team and the basketball team and the swim team and the debate team and the music group, and so there was a lot, and so a lot of that activity continues today, but at a much diminished enrollment. There's, I think, just over 200?
Just over 200.
Just curious, though, Vaughan, where did that name come from? Was it named after somebody, or?
I would think it was named after the street that it's situated on, so it's on Vaughan Road, and became Vaughan Road Collegiate Institute. It kept that name right up until 1997, when the name changed to Vaughan Road Academy.
Okay, now, we were kind of talking about the celebrations that have been going on. What sort of celebrations have been happening?
Well, we're very much looking forward to the Vaughan Road Tribute, which will be on Saturday. So if you've had any connection to Vaughan Road, please come out on Saturday, 10 o'clock. And we're going to have a live year-end ceremony that there has been hours and hours of planning. There'll be musicians, there'll be commemorative videos. The Alumni Committee has inducted another group of people into the Wall of Fame, of which you are a member. So there will be new people inducted, and there will be memories and lots of opportunity, we hope, for the various students over all of those years and staff to share their memories. And our current students are really looking forward to being part of that celebration as well. We have about 25 students who are volunteering, and we hope that many other students come to enjoy being together on Saturday and really celebrating the rich history of the school within the community.
I'm glad you brought up also with the Hall of Fame, because this is something not a lot of schools do. And I was lucky enough to be part of that first group to be inducted. Why was the decision to have something like this?
I think the Alumni Association a number of years ago recognized that the school has a number of very distinguished alumni in their professions, and so they recognized that there was a great opportunity to pay tribute to these individuals and to recognize them. So currently there are 34 Hall of Famers in the school, on the wall that on the second floor of the school, and on May 27th, on Saturday, we will be inducting an additional 13. So it's a bit of a bittersweet moment, because there's the great honor in being recognized, but there's also the knowledge that this is the last time that this will ever happen. So this is the last group that will ever be recognized for their achievements in their professional life. So we've had in the past some great names like Don Herron, Al Waxman, Rudy Blair.
And I got to tell you something. I remember getting inducted, and I thought, wow, what an honor, because I just remember being the guy, playing football and, in the band and just having fun and everything. I would never thought that I would see my name somewhere, if I can use the term, immortalized here. But it really is sort of like a bittersweet kind of ending for this. What is actually going to happen in this spot now when the school is no longer going to be here?
At this time, the school remains a core holding of the school board, so there aren't immediate plans for what will happen. I know that there is a very active organization within the community that hopes to see it perhaps in part be a kind of a community hub. But for the time being, we're pleased that it remains a holding within the TDSB.
Okay, but in the meantime, that we do have the big celebration that's going to be happening as we speak, coming up this Saturday. How do folks get tickets? Can they just come down and walk in, or how does it work?
We have a website, www.vralumni.com. You can purchase tickets online right up until May 27th, or you can come to the door. We will have tickets available for sale at the door.
Okay, as we're wrapping this up, are there any words that you'd like to say that you hope folks that can remember about Vaughan Road? I'll give you both a chance.
I always remember the great spirit that existed during my time at the school, and to this day I'm still friends with a number of my classmates, and so I feel that for me it was a very enriching experience, and certainly it gave me a great foundation in my education that I was able to move forward into a post-secondary education and then into my career.
And yourself?
I've really enjoyed meeting former students from many generations, and like yourself, walking around the school and hearing things come alive through their eyes, like when you sat down in the music class and started to play the trombone, just like so very few years ago. So that's really been an honor to meet people for whom the school did have such a lasting impact in their lives, right up until one of the alumni was named Gordon Carton. Gordon passed away just this spring in his 90s. He was one of the first members of the alumni group that I met, and he sat out here in our office and read his memories of coming back after the end of World War II and realizing how many of his fellow classmates had been lost in the war. And when he read that very moving tribute, there just wasn't a dry eye in the school. And for students to have that connection with history, a living connection to what the world used to be like, it was very moving. And that's been an honor to meet and connect with so many people.
Thank you so much for this. Thank you so much for the celebration. More importantly, thank you so much what you guys have done for this great institution. Thank you for this interview.
Thank you.
Vaughan Road forever.